In the test preparation block, first thing that you should look at is the certification testing dates and times, because it is really important that you take the test on one of these days. If you miss the time blocks, then they aren't going to let you take the test. We have enough vouchers for you to retest if you don't pass, and you need to get 700 out of 1,000 points to pass. Certiport and Microsoft make you wait 24 hours before you can retest. That means that you should take these tests or this test by December 11th if you want the opportunity to retest. And these are the testing dates and times. The rules for the testing center are listed here, and I've also listed rules here. And in order to take the test, you do have to have a Certiport account. So one of your required activities this week is actually creating an account if you don't have one. And this is a link directly to that site. You do not need to purchase a voucher. All you have to do is create the account. What you need to take note of is your login ID and your password, because you will need those at the testing center. You actually have to log in. As far as the exam goes, I do have a link to an overview. This is an overview of the exam. Okay, so this is Pearson's site. And I also have a link to objectives. And this is probably one of the more important documents that you need to look at, because how these tests work is the people who write the questions are given an objective and a sub-objective. And that is what they use as a basis for the question. I know this because I am one of the Certiport question writers, so I know how it works. And so it is very important that you look through the objectives and the sub-objectives, and that you know how to do every single one of these things, because you are more than likely going to see questions on this. And the Excel exam is all interactive. So it's not like a true-false multiple choice test. You are actually in a spreadsheet and you have to manipulate it. So all of these things that it's telling you to do, like searching for data, you will have to actually search for data within a spreadsheet. Okay, so just anticipate that. To help you out, I have included a link to a video showing you kind of what the exam looks like. And this is Geometrics test preparation software, and it does a really good job of emulating exams. And we do have test prep in MindTap. If you feel like you need additional practice, you certainly can purchase Geometrics. I believe it's $40 last time I checked, and I do have a link to that. It is certainly not required. However, if you're nervous or you feel like you need a little more practice, it is an option for you. I already mentioned the Certiport account. Make sure that you have the account. If you have it from a previous class, go out there and make sure that you can log in, because checking to see if you can log in when you get to the testing center is really not good testing strategy. Okay, so you want to make sure you know your login information before you get there. And then as far as prepping for the test, you're going to go through core training. There are 150 tasks in this core training, and it basically covers everything that's likely to come up in your certification test. This is not something that you have to do in one sitting. So you can exit and re-enter later, but there are points associated with that for this week. So you are going to want to complete that. And then you're also going to need to complete 2 of the practice tests that are listed with a score of 70% or higher. And these try to emulate what you're going to see on those MOS exams. And even the number of points or questions is very similar. So you need to get 70% on 2 of them. Okay? And there's quite a few of them listed. And these are timed. So they are trying to kind of simulate the environment that you are going to be in when you are taking this test. So once you complete 2 at the 70%, that's all you have to do, because I will go out, I will check your scores, I will come in here and give you the points for the practice tests. If you want to do more, that's awesome, okay? But you only have to do 2. Okay, so that is our test prep week. If you have any questions, please let me know. If you noticed, the first day that you can possibly take a test is Friday, December 6th. And all of this test prep stuff doesn't actually have to be done until Sunday, the 8th. I would highly recommend that if you're planning on taking the test on Friday, that you finish all the test prep before you take the test. That's why it's here, to help prepare you. Doesn't do much good if you take the test first. So even though it says the 8th, if you are planning on taking the test on Friday the 6th or the 7th, I would try to get all of this done ahead of time. And you have to have the account done ahead of time. Okay? So that is our test prep week.